Good morning. I'm meteorologist Lisa Green with a quick update on our fog that we've had all morning long and how things are shaping up for the rest of the day, and a first alert weather day ahead for tomorrow too. So a lot to go over, and boy, did that escalate quickly for those of us in the Southern Valley. We saw that fog move in and it rolled in fast, and I want to show you an example of it here. I took some screenshots from when I was doing the Valley today this morning and how quickly things changed on one of our sky cams during that time. But you can see on our photo here from one of our viewers a foggy drive this morning. This was along Highway 32 south of Lisbon. Thanks, Ellie, for sharing your photo. I'll take this full screen so you can see it a little bit better. But this is what a lot of people were seeing. In fact, I think that it was even worse than this in some places. I heard from many people saying that, you know, they couldn't see in front of them. They were nervous about pulling out of their driveway and pulling into traffic with the potential for a car to be coming, and you can't see it until it's right upon you. So hopefully everybody got through the morning okay with that fog. But here is this is going to be a little bit jarring because there's two of me right now, but here's a screenshot from this morning. So I want to show you how things change so quickly. So this is from the Valley today. We started the show. There was dense fog down at our Dakota Magic Casino Skycam, and we had alerts for those areas. But Fargo-Moorhead wasn't under any alerts at 5:01. This is when I took that screenshot here at the bottom of the screen. And yeah, we had some low clouds, and I was monitoring the fog that was trying to move in, but it wasn't too bad at that point. I'm going to move ahead to our next graphic here. Oh goodness, did I get out of order with my graphics? I think I might have. I did. Sorry guys. Okay, let me see if I can jump ahead to the one I wanted to show you, the next one I wanted to show you. I think I didn't. I probably didn't bring it up. Okay, so the next one, sorry about this, was a graphic that was, I put this together really quickly here because I really wanted to show this to you, but the next graphic was at 5:15. We didn't have much going on then either. The Skycam pretty much looked exactly the same at that point in time as what I just showed you in that first one. Now, move ahead 15 minutes later or so. This is 5:36 where I screen grabbed this, and this is actually a little bit after I saw the fog move into the Fargo area. And this is me at our another part of our set showing how much things had changed from that first graphic and that first view to this one. So I'm going to skip back again. We're going to skip over that one. This was at 5 a.m. when the show started at 5, and then, or at least the top of the 5 o'clock show there. And then we'll skip ahead here back to 5:30. And this was the same Skycam, completely fogged over at that point in time. And it actually got worse than this. It got to the point where I wasn't even showing this Skycam anymore because there was nothing to show. It was just a wall of gray. We couldn't even see the street lights there. And we had a reporter out at the Big Iron show, and so I was showing some of the views there as well. And what was interesting to see, and unfortunately I don't have that graphic called up, but what was interesting to see was it moved into our view on this Skycam first, and then I watched it over time very quickly, that fog move into the West Fargo area after that. So it was just essentially a bank of fog, of clouds that were scraping along the surface, hugging the surface, that were moving in throughout the course of the morning in the FM Metro and surrounding areas too. Lots of places in the Southern Valley were dealing with this. But it was interesting to see it happen in real time as it was going on. And it really had, again, a lot of impacts on the morning commute, the wait out at the bus stop, all of that. So hopefully everybody stayed okay, but that visibility dropped really quickly as that took over. So again, just a matter of 15 minutes or so, it went from just fine to, completely fogged over here in Fargo-Moorhead area. So a foggy morning to start. Let's take a look, and this is the other one I wanted to show you. This was how things looked in West Fargo at the Red River Valley Fairgrounds. You can still see some of the displays and exhibits going on out there. This was at 7 a.m. During that time, and that was a time that we were really experiencing some really dense fog at that point in time. So that was just another view of how it carried on. It really fogged over around 5:30. At 7 it was still bad. It was still pretty bad even around 10 o'clock this morning, but we have seen some big improvements here. Let's take a look at what we've seen as far as improvement is concerned. This is the same view. I haven't changed the camera angle or anything, and it really has looked so much better. Let's go back to that view. And then again ahead to the current view. that looks so much better at this point in time. So it's nice to see that clear out. I guess I did move the camera a little bit, but basic same angle here. And lots of folks out at Big Iron getting to enjoy it in the sunshine now that that has come back. So it's good to see that having moved on. And you know, fog is something we're used to during these transition seasons in fall and spring, especially in fall. We see a lot of foggy mornings because the water is still warm, the ground's still warm, there's still a lot of moisture out there in the ground, and it's not frozen up. And so, you know, you get a cooling night or some cooler air moving in, or you get some fresh rain. All of that, as the air settles overnight, can lead to the fog development in the overnight and into the morning hours. And in this case, I think it was a combination of both radiation fog, and we talked about this, I think it was last week. Radiation fog is when, you know, temperatures are cooling and the ground is still warm. And a combination of that and what we call advection fog, which is as an air mass moves over an area, we get cloud or fog formation, and the fog moves into that area. And we saw a little bit of both going on here this morning. And you can see behind me our visibility report looking so much better. Basically, the Southern Valley up through Fargo was at 0, almost a good portion of the morning, I should say. Now we're at 10 miles. So I'm really happy to say that things have improved just as we're heading into the noon hour. But a reminder as we head into a season that often features some overnight fog, some fog safety here. We heard there were some folks that weren't quite sure what to do when they were out driving. So just a reminder, we want to slow down, give yourself extra travel time, just like any kind of weather event going on while you're trying to travel. Extra stopping distance, lots of distance between you and the car in front of you. And you want to make sure you are visible. So low beams, I heard there are some folks using their hazard lights. I don't see a problem with that here, but never use your high beams. That makes it more difficult. So, and I did hear some folks were doing that. So again, use your low beams. And then again, of course, this is most important, look out for people and cars. You know, I know we're supposed to be careful all the time, but during times where visibility is low, that is so, so important. Okay, so one thing I want to touch on is that fog can be beautiful too. All that moisture in the air can lead to some beautiful scenes, and this is one, we'll take this full screen, of the peaceful morning that was out on the farm near Detroit Lakes. Julia took this photo. You can see the dew on that spider web there with the fog hugging the ground. So if you don't have to go anywhere, it can make for some interesting sights. Okay, so satellite radar showing still some clouds and fog hanging around in some areas, but that is dissipating. We're going to see that fog kind of, or cloud cover, fall apart. And temperatures or wind speeds are coming in out of the south or southeast. That helps too to get the air moving and keep it from settling. And our temperatures are on the rise, so that fog is dissipating. We're at 66 in Fargo, 69 in Grand Forks, some 70s out there too. And I'm running out of time because we're about to start the noon show. We want to stream that. So we'll just quickly go over what's going on here this morning. We're watching, again, this area of clouds and fog shrinking, continuing to do so as we head into the afternoon. We're clear, we're quiet, we're sunny. And then looking ahead to our first alert weather day for Thursday, we'll initially see some clouds move in overnight. And then here we go into Thursday morning. There's that potential for some rain and thunder, perhaps as early as the morning hours. Temperatures today, mid-70s to some low 80s, looking pretty good here and sunny on the afternoon hours here. But a reminder, we do have a first alert weather day for Thursday. Severe storm potential, especially in the Devil's Lake Basin. We'll have more on that with our evening crew throughout the afternoon and evening hours today. They'll go over this a little bit more, but we do have a wind and hail risk with that too. And also maybe some heavy rain depending on how this shapes up. So a quick look, this is Thursday morning. You can see some rain moving through the valley. Right now, again, the Devil's Lake area may be the area that's impacted most. And then moving on into the 6 o'clock hour, that starts to move east, heading into the evening. And then we could see another round as we head into the overnight hours. That's a possibility, and over the same areas. So that becomes a little too much rain in some spots, in addition to, of course, as the storms move through, bringing that threat for some wind and some hail. This is 7 a.m. on Friday, so we could still be tracking some storms during that time. And then that moves on for the day. So rainfall potential, we could see in some areas as little as, you know, nothing, to some places getting into this range of 2 to 3 inches, maybe more, if that scenario where the same place gets hit by heavy rain, if that happens to pan out. Looking at your planner, again, first alert weather day Thursday, we keep things warm and unsettled into the weekend. We're going to keep an eye on the weekend forecast as well, with the possibility for some more storms moving into Saturday, and it looks like right now especially into Sunday, but stay tuned, check back with us, we'll keep you updated. In the meantime, enjoy the sunshine now that it's out in those areas that had to deal with the fog today. And again, stay weather aware as we head into the night tonight, and we're watching out for that next round of storms. Have a great Wednesday.